Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like your hairstyle was making you look older instead of brighter? It is a feeling many women over 60 share. No matter how beautiful your outfit or how glowing your makeup is, the wrong haircut can instantly add years to your appearance. On the other hand, the right cut can lift your features, soften fine lines, and even make you look a full decade younger. That is exactly what today's video is about. We are going to answer one of the most important questions for women over 60. Which haircuts make you look younger, and which ones should you avoid? By the end of this video, you will know 3 timeless, flattering hairstyles that highlight your best features, plus 3 common cuts that might be secretly aging you. Now, some might wonder, can a simple haircut really make that big of a difference? Absolutely. For women over 60, especially those with fine or thinning hair, the right shape and layers can transform your look. Think of it as more than a style choice. It is an investment in confidence, self-expression, and embracing this stage of life with grace. A haircut tailored to you can feel like lifting a heavy weight off your shoulders, both literally and emotionally. In this video, we will start with the most versatile and flattering option, the chic layered bob. It has been a favorite among stylists for decades, and for good reason. It works beautifully on mature women, adds movement to fine hair, and frames the face in the most elegant way. So let us begin with the first haircut that can instantly make you look younger, the layered bob. When it comes to hairstyles that truly stand the test of time, the chic layered bob is one of the most powerful choices a woman over 60 can make. This is not just another haircut. It is a strategic way to frame the face, add movement to fine hair, and project effortless elegance without trying too hard. For decades, the bob has been considered a classic, but when you introduce soft, modern layers, it suddenly becomes a youthful, dynamic style that works beautifully for mature women. Why is the layered bob so flattering? First, it creates instant volume and bounce, which is especially important if your hair has become thinner with age. Fine hair tends to fall flat, but the right layering technique adds texture and fullness without requiring heavy styling products. Second, the bob length, usually around the jawline or just below the chin, helps to lift the face visually. It draws attention upward, away from areas where the skin might naturally loosen with age. For women over 60, this subtle lift can be as impactful as makeup, yet it looks completely natural. Another reason this haircut is a winner is its versatility. A layered bob can be sleek and polished for special occasions, or it can be tousled and casual for everyday wear. It works well whether your hair is silver, salt and pepper, or fully gray. In fact, gray tones often look more luminous when paired with a sharp, layered cut because the light reflects off the different layers. For those who still color their hair, the bob allows highlights and lowlights to blend seamlessly, adding even more dimension. Let's bring this to life with a real example. One of my viewers, a 62-year-old woman named Carol, shared her transformation. She had worn her hair long and straight for years, believing it made her look youthful, but the length was dragging her features down and her fine hair looked limp. After her stylist suggested a chic layered bob, Carol took the leap. The difference was immediate. Her cheekbones stood out, her face looked brighter, and even her friends commented that she looked 10 years younger. What's more, she discovered it was easier to style and maintain, which gave her more freedom in her daily routine. For women who want a haircut that balances elegance and practicality, the layered bob checks every box. It is chic, timeless, and universally flattering across face shapes and lifestyles. Whether you wear glasses, prefer statement earrings, or love scarves, this haircut frames your features without overwhelming them. That is why stylists often call it the secret weapon for women over 60 who want to look fresh and confident. So if you are considering a change, imagine how a chic layered bob could transform your own look. Think about the freedom of lighter, more manageable hair and the confidence boost when you see yourself in the mirror looking radiant. Now that we have seen how powerful a bob can be, let us move to another youthful option, a soft pixie with volume, a style that is just as liberating but in a very different way. If the layered bob feels timeless and elegant, the soft pixie with volume is its bold, playful cousin. Many women hesitate when they hear the word pixie, imagining a spiky, harsh cut that feels too edgy. But the modern pixie, softened with layers and a touch of volume, is a completely different story. It is flattering, easy to style, and surprisingly versatile, making it one of the most transformative haircuts for women over 60. Why is the pixie so effective at creating a youthful appearance? First, it opens up the face and highlights your best features, your eyes, your cheekbones, and your smile. When hair is cropped close but not flat, it draws attention upward, giving a natural lift to the entire face. This is especially powerful for women with fine or thinning hair. Instead of trying to disguise the issue with heavy styling, a pixie celebrates lightness and makes the hair appear fuller through smart layering. Another reason women over 60 love the pixie cut is the freedom it brings. Imagine waking up and spending just a few minutes styling your hair. A little mousse, a quick blow dry, or even just finger styling is often enough to create a polished look. For active women who travel, exercise, or simply want to enjoy their mornings without fussing in front of the mirror, this low maintenance quality is invaluable. The pixie also complements gray or silver hair beautifully. In fact, the sparkle of natural gray looks chic and intentional when paired with a cropped cut. Instead of fighting the natural texture and color, the pixie embraces it, giving off an air of confidence and self-assurance. And because it is short, it is easy to keep the color fresh, whether you choose to go natural, add highlights, or maintain a soft blonde. Let's talk about a real-life transformation. Susan, a 65-year-old retired teacher, had always kept her hair in a mid-length bob. She admitted it felt safe, but also a little boring. After encouragement from her stylist, she decided to try a soft pixie with volume. The result, she walked out of the salon feeling like a new woman. Her friends told her she looked radiant, her grandchildren called her stylish, and most importantly, Susan felt lighter and more confident. She said, "For the first time in years, I feel like my hair matches the energy I still have inside." For women who want to project energy, confidence, and a bit of playfulness, the soft pixie with volume is a perfect choice. It is proof that short hair can be feminine, flattering, and endlessly chic. And remember, just because it is short does not mean it is limiting. You can style it sleek for formal occasions, tousled for casual days, or with accessories like headbands or earrings to create entirely new vibes. If you have ever considered cutting your hair shorter but felt nervous about taking the leap, the pixie might be the exact style you are looking for. Think of it as a chance to let go of the past and step into a lighter, more radiant version of yourself. Now that we have explored the bold beauty of the pixie cut, let's move to the third youthful option. A shoulder-length style with face-framing layers that combine softness, elegance, and timeless appeal. Not every woman wants to go short, and the good news is you don't have to. If you prefer keeping a bit of length while still looking fresh and youthful, the shoulder-length cut with face-framing layers is your perfect match. It strikes the ideal balance. Not too long to weigh you down, yet not so short that you feel limited. For many women over 60, this hairstyle becomes the sweet spot between elegance, softness, and easy maintenance. So why is this style so flattering? First, the shoulder-length cut creates movement without overwhelming the face. When paired with layers that softly frame your cheekbones and jawline, it highlights your best features while gently minimizing areas like the chin or neck, where the skin may naturally show signs of aging. This face-framing effect acts almost like a natural filter, softening the overall appearance and bringing attention to the eyes and smile. Second, this length works beautifully with natural gray or silver hair. The layers allow the light to reflect differently across each strand, creating a multi-dimensional shine. For women who still color their hair, highlights or lowlights blend seamlessly, adding even more depth. Unlike heavy, one-length styles, layered shoulder-length hair never looks flat. It looks alive. Practicality is another reason women love this cut. Shoulder-length hair is long enough to be pulled into a low bun or styled with soft waves, but short enough to be manageable on a daily basis. It offers options for both casual and formal occasions without requiring endless time in front of the mirror. Add a little mousse for volume or use a round brush for a smooth finish. It is versatile and forgiving. Let's take a real example. Linda, who was about to turn 60, had always associated long hair with femininity. But she noticed that her long, straight hair was starting to drag her face down, and she wanted something that felt lighter but still elegant. After switching to a shoulder-length cut with face-framing layers, Linda felt like she had stepped into a new chapter of her life. Her friends told her she looked radiant and rested, and she herself admitted that the change gave her confidence to embrace her milestone birthday with joy. From a stylist's perspective, this cut is one of the most adaptable. It works across face shapes, whether round, oval, or square, and it pairs well with accessories like statement earrings or scarves. It is also an excellent option for women with fine hair, as the layers add the illusion of volume and movement. Keywords like shoulder-length hairstyles women over 60 and face-framing layers for older women are trending for a reason, because this style consistently delivers beautiful results. If you are seeking a hairstyle that feels feminine, timeless, and forgiving, the shoulder-length cut with face-framing layers deserves a spot at the top of your list. It is proof that you can keep some length without sacrificing freshness or elegance. Now that we've covered 3 haircuts that can instantly make women over 60 look younger, it's time to flip the coin. Because just as the right cut can take years off your appearance, the wrong cut can silently add them on. Let's start with the first hairstyle you should avoid: long, heavy, one-length hair. For decades, many women believed that keeping long hair was the ultimate sign of femininity. And while flowing locks may look glamorous on magazine covers or red carpet celebrities, the reality for women over 60 is often very different. Long, heavy, one-length hair can actually work against you, dragging down your features and adding years to your overall look. Here is why this style is problematic. First, hair naturally changes with age. It becomes finer, loses some density, and often lacks the bounce it once had. When long hair sits heavily around the face and neck, it creates a downward pull that exaggerates sagging skin or wrinkles. Instead of lifting and brightening the face, it can highlight the very areas you would rather soften. Second, long one-length hair tends to lie flat, especially on fine or thinning strands. Without strategic layers or shape, the hair can appear limp and lifeless, which unintentionally makes you look older. Even if you try curling or blow drying, the length and weight often cause the style to fall quickly, leaving you with little volume to work with. Another challenge with long, heavy hair is maintenance. The longer your hair, the more time and effort it requires to keep it healthy and shiny. Split ends are more noticeable, styling takes longer, and frequent trims become essential. For women who want to simplify their routines, this style often becomes more of a burden than a benefit. Let's look at an example. Margaret, age 63, had always worn her hair past her shoulders, believing it made her look youthful. But as she got older, she noticed her long, straight hair was accentuating her fine lines and making her cheeks appear hollow. On the advice of her stylist, she cut it into a layered bob just above her chin. The transformation was instant. Her face looked brighter, her hair looked fuller, and even her family commented that she seemed at least 10 years younger. Margaret later admitted, "I didn't realize my long hair was aging me until I let it go." Keywords like long hair after 60 or hairstyles that age you come up frequently because this is such a common concern. Many women cling to length for sentimental reasons, but the truth is that holding on to long, heavy, one-length hair can actually make you feel older than you are. Embracing a shorter, more modern cut is not about giving something up. It's about choosing a style that reflects the energy and confidence you feel inside. If you truly love longer styles, there are still ways to make them work. Adding layers, incorporating soft waves, or cutting the length to just around the shoulders can make all the difference. The key is to avoid letting your hair drag your features down. A fresh cut with shape and movement will always look more youthful than lifeless, one-length strands. So, if you find yourself holding on to long, heavy hair because it feels familiar, ask yourself whether it is truly flattering you. You might be surprised how freeing it feels to let go of unnecessary length. Now that we've tackled the drawbacks of overly long hair, let's move on to another style mistake. This one may seem sleek and sophisticated at first, but in reality, it can make you appear harsh and much older. The severe, slicked back style. At first glance, slicked back hairstyles can look sleek and powerful. You may see them on celebrities at formal events or in glossy magazine photos. But while this dramatic look works in high fashion settings, it rarely flatters women over 60 in everyday life. In fact, severe, slicked back styles often do the opposite of what you want. They highlight thinning hairlines, harden your features, and unintentionally add years to your appearance. One of the biggest issues with slicked back hair is that it removes softness from the face. By pulling the hair tightly away from the forehead and temples, it exposes every line and contour. What might look elegant on a younger woman often comes across as harsh on mature features. Instead of lifting and framing the face, it emphasizes areas where the skin may have lost elasticity. For women aiming to look fresh and approachable, this is not the message you want your hairstyle to send. Another drawback is how unforgiving this style is for thinning hair. Many women over 60 notice changes in their hairline or overall density. A slicked back look puts these changes front and center, often making the hair appear even thinner. The glossy finish that looks chic on a model can end up creating a shiny scalp effect in real life, something no one wants. Maintenance is also a factor. To achieve a truly slick look, you often need heavy gels or sprays, which can make hair feel stiff or greasy. This rigidity eliminates movement, which is key to keeping hair looking lively and youthful. Hair that doesn't move naturally tends to look dated, and it certainly doesn't convey the fresh, effortless elegance that works so well for mature women. Let's bring this to life with an example. Diane, a 64-year-old grandmother, tried a slicked back bun for a family wedding, thinking it would look sophisticated. But when she saw the photos afterward, she was shocked. The severe style made her look stern, and her thinning temples were far more noticeable than she realized. A few months later, she switched to a soft pixie with volume. The difference was striking. Suddenly, her smile stood out, and she looked radiant instead of rigid. Diane admitted, "I thought slicked back meant chic, but it made me look older. The pixie gave me back my softness." If you love the idea of a polished updo, there are better alternatives. A low, loose chignon or a softly pulled back ponytail with volume around the crown can create elegance without severity. These options keep the face framed and the hair looking full, while still feeling appropriate for formal occasions. Search terms like slicked back hairstyle older women and hairstyles that make you look older highlight how common this mistake is. It's tempting to go for something simple and sleek, but severe, slicked back styles rarely serve mature women well. Instead, embracing cuts and styles that provide movement, softness, and framing will always work in your favor. So the next time you're tempted to pull your hair tightly back for a special event, remember that softness is your secret weapon. A style that allows a little movement and framing will always help you appear younger and more vibrant. Now, let's turn to the third and final hairstyle you should avoid. This one might feel nostalgic, but it's actually one of the quickest ways to look older than you are. Outdated, over-teased styles. Nostalgia can be comforting, especially when it comes to hairstyles that once defined beauty and glamour. Many women fondly remember the voluminous, heavily teased looks of the 1980s and 1990s. At the time, those styles symbolized confidence and flair. But fast forward to today, and those over-teased, outdated hairstyles often have the opposite effect. They instantly date your appearance and add unnecessary years. Why do teased styles age women over 60? First, excessive teasing creates stiffness and a helmet-like shape that feels unnatural. Hair that doesn't move with ease can make your overall look appear rigid and old-fashioned. While volume is important for fine or thinning hair, volume achieved through heavy teasing looks artificial compared to the soft, layered cuts that stylists recommend today. Second, outdated teased styles rarely blend well with modern fashion. You could be wearing a chic, tailored blazer or a timeless dress, but if your hairstyle screams last century, it clashes with the rest of your look. The result is that your outfit loses its impact and your hair becomes a distraction rather than an enhancement. Another drawback is the toll teasing takes on your hair's health. Backcombing and using large amounts of hairspray can cause breakage, dryness, and damage, which is especially concerning for mature hair that may already be more delicate. Instead of boosting your confidence, these styles often leave you battling frizz and brittle ends. Consider the story of Patricia, a 61-year-old who had worn a teased crown for decades. She believed the height made her look glamorous and youthful. But her daughter gently pointed out that the style was making her look older than she really was. With her stylist's guidance, Patricia transitioned to a shoulder-length cut with face-framing layers. The transformation was remarkable. Her hair looked softer, her face appeared brighter, and suddenly her wardrobe choices looked modern again. Patricia later admitted, "I didn't realize how much my old hairstyle was holding me back until I finally let it go." Keywords like outdated hairstyles over 60 and what hairstyles to avoid older women consistently show that this is a widespread issue. Many women don't even realize their go-to style has become outdated because it feels comfortable and familiar. But the reality is that styles that rely on over-teasing and stiffness belong to the past. Today's modern cuts embrace softness, movement, and natural texture, qualities that bring out your vitality instead of hiding it. If you crave volume, there are better ways to achieve it. Layers, lightweight styling products, and strategic blow-drying techniques can create fullness without the harshness of teasing. Even accessories like volumizing clips or rollers can give a youthful lift without damaging the hair or making it look outdated. So, while nostalgia might tug at your heart, your hair doesn't need to stay stuck in the past. Moving away from over-teased styles is about more than just looking modern. It's about aligning your outer appearance with the vibrant, confident woman you are today. Now that we've explored 3 youthful cuts to embrace and 3 outdated styles to avoid, let's bring everything together. In the final section, we'll summarize these insights and talk about how you can confidently choose the haircut that makes you feel like the very best version of yourself. We have covered a lot today, so let's take a moment to bring it all together. Looking youthful and radiant after 60 is not about chasing trends or trying to look like someone else. It's about finding hairstyles that enhance your natural beauty, highlight your best features, and make you feel confident every time you look in the mirror. The 3 haircuts to embrace: the chic layered bob, the soft pixie with volume, and the shoulder-length cut with face-framing layers. Each offers something unique. The bob creates fullness and structure, the pixie delivers freedom and energy, and the shoulder-length style provides softness and versatility. No matter your personal style, one of these cuts can help you look up to 10 years younger while feeling completely authentic. On the other side, we also explored the styles to avoid: long, heavy, one-length hair, severe slicked-back looks, and outdated, over-teased styles. Each of these may feel familiar or even safe, but they often work against you by dragging the face down emphasizing harshness, or locking you into a dated look. Letting go of these habits is not about giving up. It's about stepping forward with intention and embracing a hairstyle that reflects the vibrant woman you are today. The important thing to remember is that a haircut is more than just a style choice. It's a statement of how you see yourself and how you want the world to see you. The right haircut for women over 60 is not about looking younger for others. It's about feeling renewed and empowered for yourself. So as you think about your next salon visit, ask yourself, which of these styles speaks to me? Do I want the elegance of a bob, the playful freedom of a pixie, or the soft femininity of shoulder-length layers? Whichever you choose, know that you are investing in confidence, joy, and self-expression. If this video inspired you, make sure to give it a like, share your own hair journey in the comments, and subscribe for more tips on fashion for mature women, timeless handbags, and hairstyles for women over 60. Your next transformation might be just one haircut away. Remember, age is not a limit, it's an opportunity. With the right style, you don't just look younger, you look like the very best version of yourself.